Waiting on is Roger. Wow, look at all the people. I'm pleasantly surprised. That's great. So we got a couple more minutes. We'll give David a chance to get settled. Hey, Olivia, how are you? Forgot to greet you. Oh, and there's
Hi, doing well, thanks.
good. And then Roger King is in the house. And Roger's a trooper, guys, because he's not feeling amazing today. So I was like, do you want me to get someone else? And he's like, no, I'm in. So
Hey guys.
Roger, you are the man. Hey, David, how are you?
I'm all right.
I'm great.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, and thank you for being here. We're excited. And then I saw Arab on. Where is he?
I'm here.
Oh, there you are, man.
Yes, sir.
Wait, are you wearing SpongeBob?
Dude, I'm the king of SpongeBob. Always got to wear it 365 days a year.
I sent him a picture of a sweater I saw when I was in Phoenix.
Yeah.
I know that he wears SpongeBob every day, like literally, right?
Yeah, it keeps the edge off from that NWA thing. You know what I mean?
NWA, SpongeBob, same thing.
Yeah, it confuses people.
Love it. I think David and you guys have met before. You've met David Meltzer before, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Dave?
Hey, guys.
And then you guys, Roger King is also on. Roger's a little under the weather, but he's battling through the plague. So,
Guys,
Take care of yourself, my friend.
thank you. I appreciate it.
I like your jacket there, though, Roger.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay warm.
Remind me where you moved to. Are you in Wyoming now?
No, I moved to Wichita, Kansas.
Oh,
I have a lot of family here.
That's what it was. I knew somewhere
Yeah,
different. Because Roger's normally in the Bay Area, so he's escaping to the country again, which is where you were from before, right?
Marin County, Sausalito. Yeah.
Awesome. Julia, Ryan jumped on. Thanks, guys, for joining us. I don't know how everybody found out about it, but I'm excited to have you in. Looks like we have a few other people that are just straggling in. So I think we have all the pitch companies and we have all the judges. So maybe what I can do is, first of all, thank you for everyone for joining. I'm sure there'll be a few more people to straggle in just as observers. What I would say is if you're not pitching or a judge, maybe put yourself on mute. And just to make sure we don't have any background noise, this is broadcasting on our Facebook group, which has about 3,300 people on it, which means about 6 of them will probably see it. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for the wonderful reach of your product. Oh, look, we have an iPhone joining us. Do you think that's, and Josh, I think that's Josh Adler probably. Do you think the iPhone is Steve Jobs from the grave maybe, or? Let's hope. We can only imagine. Well, so first of all, thank you everybody for joining. Founders Pack is something that I've been working on for a little while and kind of procrastinating about doing the first pitch event. My idea behind Founders Pack is to help 1 million people with their startup venture in some way or another over 10 years. So the goal there is really could be as simple as connecting founders with other founders. But as well, this is the first, hopefully, of many pitch events. My goal is to next year run at least 1 a week and ideally 2 a week for the duration of the year. So up to 100 events. And then we'll also announce next year an online 6-week startup no equity accelerator. And the goal is really to, and we also have the free Startup and Grow self-study course. So those are some resources that we're trying to make available. I'm really excited about this because we have 5 awesome pitching companies and we have 3 very esteemed guests. So they probably don't need a lot of introduction, but I'm going to start first of all with Roger King. And Roger is with Bay Angels. And as I mentioned before, he's feeling a little under the weather. So he is absolutely the toughest guy of all of the people here. I'm excited that he's here.
Well, thanks for that introduction.
I'm sure. And fun fact about Roger also is he's a pretty accomplished photographer.
I go to Cuba every chance I get and take pictures down there. I really enjoy that. And I was a photographer for the 49ers for 5 years, just as a hobby. If anybody wants any Niners shots, I've got them.
You should connect with Meltzer afterwards. I'm sure he's got some.
Yeah, Andrew Bernstein's, if you have film, he's buying the film strips to put in collectibles. So you might have a fortune in your closet there.
Okay.
How many photos do you have, Roger? Is it like 20,000 or something?
No, about 300,000.
300,000. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sell you short. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Pre-digital. So it's even real. It's real.
Wow.
No, it's all digital.
It's all digital. Well, we can print it out. It'll be worth more if you print it, apparently. All right. So with that, I will introduce David Meltzer. And David is the co-founder of Sports One Marketing, and he's the host of the show, The Elevator Pitch, which is appropriate for this, from Entrepreneur's online show, The Elevator Pitch. And you've got a new show coming up, I think, right?
Yeah, on Bloomberg TV and Amazon. 2-Minute Drill launches in January. So it's 5 companies pitching. We got $50,000 of cash and prizes for each episode. So anybody out there want to try out, we got extended to season 2 in June. So we're looking for more and more companies.
Woohoo. All right. That's good news. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Okay. And last but absolutely not least is my friend Arabian Prince, who is a founding member of NWA. He's also a venture capitalist here in Los Angeles with some varied investments in music, in esports, and I believe robotics, right? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Robotics, yes.
All right. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to announce, first of all, the order. And I think I sent this out, but it doesn't seem like all the startups know. So the order we're going to go in, and I'll explain the format of it as well. The order will be Olivia from Lived, Amy from Mood Connect, Cardia from Cheers App, Michael from Playing the Field, and then batting cleanup will be Brian from, now this, I'm going to get this wrong. Is it Colony or Colony? Colony. That makes way more sense to me. Okay. It's just got a lot of non-colony like letters in it.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Oh, thank you. Grace has jumped on too. So Grace is, you might know Grace because she's reached out to a lot of people. So hopefully some of you are here because of Grace. The other people I'll mention on the call, Chris Kane, I believe, is on. I don't know if Scott joined, but Chris Kane is the co-founder of Check Spend, and they are one of the sponsors of this. So the winner of this will get the $500 Check Spend card. And I'll also give credit to Brian because we had a conversation yesterday. I think we came up with the best tagline for this whole thing going forward, which was, if you can't bet $100 on yourself, how's someone going to invest $1 million in you?
That's it.
I think that's a good way to, we'll stick with that. Okay. So the format will be this. And actually I'm going to do one quick thing. I'm going to message each of David directly. So you have a direct line to me. I'm going to message Roger. And then I will message Rob. So what we're going to do is each startup will get a minute pitch. Relax. It'll be more than enough time. And then you'll get up to 3 minutes to answer questions from the 3 judges. So averages out to a minute each, but we don't have to do it that way. Then the judges will basically message me what their top 2 picks are, and we'll figure out hopefully from that who the top 2 are. And then you'll get an additional 3 minutes to, if you want, you can start again with a pitch, or you can answer questions or make a presentation of your product, because I know some people want to share their screen. And before you start, I think if you do want to share your screen for this part, please just let me know. And then actually, I think I just do that automatically. So you'll be able to share your screen. And then what I'm going to do is, before I give you the go ahead, I'm going to pin you so that you are the primary as the pitch person. Okay. Sound good? So again, every company gets a 1 minute pitch, 3 minutes to answer questions. At the end of that, we'll get the votes in from the judges and pick the top 2. And then you guys will go head to head for 3 minutes each, and we'll pick a winner. And everybody's a winner because you're here today. So I'm excited. All right. So any questions? Without further ado, without nothing else, let's go to Olivia. Olivia, are you good?
I'm good. Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep. I'm going to pin you. Do you need to share, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay. And I did, hold on. Let's set up a little timer here just so I don't give you absolutely no direction whatsoever. And I did set up 2 timers. Okay. All right. Are you good to go?
Yeah, good to go. All right.
Pitch away.
Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm the founder and CEO of Live. Think of us as the Uber for beauty. Let's talk about the $74 billion a year market opportunity, and that's just in North America. Our business came out of a simple idea. People want to feel beautiful and pampered, but sometimes life gets in the way. Tight budgets limit the ability to afford more than the necessities. Busy lives make scheduling appointments hard, and finding high quality talent can be a challenge. This is where Liv comes in. We connect consumers with nearby artists, offering choice and convenience in on-demand beauty. Thinking about our business model, we will be taking a commission on each transaction, but we're actually more interested in the longer term potential to monetize our customer data. To date, we've built a consumer and artist app for both iOS and Android, and we're looking to raise funding for our upcoming launch in 2021. Thank you.
Great job. I'm gonna dismiss that one. Excellent job. Thank you for hitting it off. And you were like right on the money almost. So that's perfect. All right. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn it over. Oh, there's someone by the name of Betterfly joining. So I don't know who that is, but that's a great name. I'm going to turn it over to the judges, and I don't know what order we want to go in, but I'm going to go just the order that I see you guys in. So let's start with Rob, and we can begin getting some questions if you have any.
Is that me?
Roger is good, sure.
Tell me about your revenue model. Are you a subscription based, or do you take a percentage of the service charges?
So in terms of our revenue model, we do take a percentage, a commission off of each transaction on our platform. So that's how we're planning to make money initially. But longer term, we're interested in trying to monetize our customer data. And so we're pre-launch right now, but we're kind of thinking of some ways that we can diversify our revenue stream in the future.
Okay.
Cool. Arabian Prince, do you have any questions?
Yeah. With the current COVID situation, how are you getting around that with people interacting with each other in person?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, great question. And I think the salon industry has been ravaged by COVID-19, just like much of the economy. But I think we're actually well positioned to really disrupt this industry. And a couple of reasons around that are that our customers no longer need to go to crowded salons. We can kind of fill the market gap of business closures. We're able to recruit artists that might have lost their job through business closures. And we're able to provide flexible price points for customers that might want to save money. So I think we're actually well positioned.
Thank you.
Great question. David Meltzer, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just quickly about the community. You're building both sides of the community, but it seems to be driven by the artists themselves. So what is your recruitment strategy for the artists? Because that seems to be the most critical hinge point of what you're doing.
Oh, we got a little feedback there.
Yeah, no, good question. So
maybe we should all go on mute.
All right. Yeah, great question. So initially, our strategy is to focus on the supply side, so our artist network. And we feel that by attracting top quality artists who already have an existing network of clientele, and we can convert those and move them over to our platform, that will be our initial and primary strategy in order to get some traction and prove out our product market fit. And then from there, once we reach somewhat of a critical mass, we'll start our growth marketing and kind of work on the demand side. But initially, it will be supplier driven.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Olivia. Final question I have is, can you just remind us, because I think you might get a cutoff, what stage you're at and what milestones you've hit so far?
Yeah, for sure. So to date, we've built both our apps, so our consumer and our artist apps for both Android and iOS. And so we're looking to launch in early 2021.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Olivia. Excellent pitch. And we're excited to see more from you. All right. So let's see. I'm going to take Olivia off. Oh, look at that. And we just literally right on time. So as you can tell, I'm great with a timer. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to unpin Olivia. And next up will be Amy. If I can figure out how to unpin you. There it is. Let me just find Amy. Okay.
Can I share my screen?
Absolutely. You should be able to share.
Great.
There we go.
Okay.
Great, we can see it. So you just, if you're ready to go, I'll hit the timer and we can go.
Right. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, go for it.
Hi, I'm Amy, and I am the CEO and founder of Mood Connect. Mood Connect is an app that asks the user, how are you feeling? And then based on the user's answer, we'll then connect the user with another user to have an anonymous text-based chat. If the user does not want to do the text-based chat, then they can also access any of our resources to help them in better processing how they are feeling. And then they would go back to the mood selector and select how they are feeling after the text chat. And then that will allow the algorithms of our application to better understand, how to provide a better experience for the user. All of the users' activity and actions are recorded in their mood tracker. And we are going to be piloting this in a sports-based application. Because physical well-being mental well-being is just as important as physical well-being. Thanks.
Cool. Thank you so much, Amy. Sorry, I know it's tough to get in there. So, right. So let's do this. You'll have 3 more minutes here to maybe answer some questions from our judges. Let me just see if I can see everybody. There we go. Why don't we start with Arabian Prince this time?
So I have a question and a half. The first one's really, really quick. You're not putting 2 angry people together and to talk to each other, are you? Like, how does that work? Like, angry chat with angry, that couldn't be good.
We would be matching similar moods or opposite moods based on what our algorithms would provide. And sometimes, 2 angry people can kind of, relate to each other and actually then be able to resolve whatever issue they're experiencing. I don't know if you've ever, spoken to somebody who is similarly angry with you. You can kind of almost start to begin to find a way to laugh at.
Okay.
Like when you can relate to each other.
Nice. I never get angry, so I don't know about that one. But the second quick question I had was, are you looking to monetize the data?
Yes, actually. In 2021, we are launching an ad platform to be accompanied with Mood Connect, collecting the user data to create what I like to call ethical advertising, only advertising health products and services that focus on health and wellness.
Terrific. All right, let's go to Roger King for a question.
Tell me a little bit about your background and how it's relevant to the app that you've developed.
Yeah, so I am a yoga instructor. I also have a background in front-end web development and marketing. Along with a freemium subscription-based model, we are also using an affiliate revenue model. So in the resources area, we're going to have an affiliate section where other products and services are able to be promoted to users for a percentage of commission.
Got it. David Meltzer, any questions?
Just real quick, have you thought about utilizing this? I know you have a compassionate, capitalistic opinion of your app, but it seems to be the real value of Mood is pertaining to the response to advertising and marketing, and that this application could be attributed to getting some crucial data, especially in sports and entertainment, where people are gathered remotely or in person, and you could get a direct response of their mood from certain exposure to advertising and marketing. Have you seen this to be applicable to that, or is that in your pipeline at all?
Yeah, absolutely. This app is going to be integrated in 2021 in an already existing platform called Hail Sports, which is used by over 10,000 college athletes so that they can communicate with their coaches. to better monitor their mental health and wellness. So yeah, we have lots of plans in the pipeline along those lines.
Thank you so much, Amy. Great job. And thank you for the great questions, guys. Okay. We are going to keep rolling. We're going to go next to Cardia. And let me just see if I can. Oh, you're unpinned. So let me find Cardia. There you are. I'm just going to pin you to the top. Let me unpin Amy. There we go. Cardia, do you need to share your screen?
Yes, please.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you know how to do that with the share screen on Zoom?
I do. Thank you. Hi, can everyone see my screen?
Yep, we can see it. All right. If you're good, I'll hit start and we can go.
Awesome.
Go for it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Cartier Summers. I'm the founder of Cheers App. I want you to take a minute to remember the last time you were out with your friends, just socializing, and actually had the chance to have that clink sound as you enjoyed yourself over drinks. Well, fast forward to the middle of the pandemic, as COVID cases are rising and the government is imposing sanctions and restrictions. Going out is no longer an option, as small businesses are closing due to lack of sales, and we are more physically and socially isolated more than ever before. Well, we have a solution for that. The Cheers app. The Cheers app allows users to order from select establishments such as bars and restaurants, and your drinks are delivered within an hour. Simply log into the app, choose your bar and cocktail, and click to get your drinks sent to you and your friends. You can even choose your driver based on rating. Today, we're seeking $500 for social media marketing. With that, who's ready to raise a glass with us? Cheers.
Awesome timing. Right on the button. Thank you, Cardia. Okay, so you have 3 minutes. Let's start with David Meltzer this time.
Can you explain to me the targeted communities? So this is another app where it seems to have 3 different areas. You need the supplier of the alcohol, you need the delivery, and then you need the audience. Is those the 3 audiences that you're addressing, and how are you going to build those audiences with $500 of marketing?
Yeah, so absolutely, David. Thank you. Great question. So unlike our competitors, we actually partner with the bars. So that creates sort of like a FOMO among all our partnerships. As we built users, we actually built bars as well. We have 53 bars in New York, and we haven't even launched, with over 1,000 users and interest from over 10 countries.
Terrific. Let's go to Roger King. How about?
I'm surprised that you can legally deliver alcohol. How do you get around the food and beverage laws?
Great question, Roger. So it's legal in 35 countries, including DC, and it's pending in the remaining 14 or 15 states, excuse me. As far as the laws right now, due to the pandemic, we have sort of a unique situation where it's legal. As far as staying relevant past the pandemic, we're simply a courier service. Users order their drinks, and as long as my users are over the age of 21, which with our API and our unique verification key, and actually me just interviewing our carriers themselves, it's simply legal, if that makes sense, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Great. I think we have Arabian Prince next.
Yeah. What is your fee per transaction?
Great question. So typically there's a $15 delivery fee. We're able to beat our competitors because we only charge the establishment 25% per month, plus $100 just for their bar to be on our app. So if it's a unique or very special bar or a restaurant, we can charge more. So that's how we're able to beat our competitor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So just to clarify on the one question I think before, so the legality, just so I understand, is it temporary that bars can deliver, or do you think that's something that will be ongoing?
No, it's ongoing, even past the pandemic. We're simply a carrier service. And to stay relevant past COVID, a unique aspect on our app, if you're going to go out with your friends, you can order your drinks ahead of time. And that's a main seller with bars and nightclubs as well. Just being able to order bottle service, or even at dive bars. A lot of our dive bars, when you're with your party, you don't want to get up and waste 20 minutes waiting for a drink. You can have drinks be delivered to you.
How can you compete with DoorDash?
I actually have a meeting next week with DoorDash, a potential partnership. But as far as competing with them, they charge 35 to sometimes 45%. I'm simply charging 25% just for establishments to place their app on our their establishment on our app. Excuse me.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Cardia.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna move on to Michael from Playing the Field. Let me see if I can find Michael first so I can pin you. There you go. Michael, how are you doing?
Doing good. Hello, everybody.
Do you need to share your screen or anything, or you're good?
No, I'm good.
Okay, go for it.
All right. My name is Michael Katos. I am the founder and CEO of Playing the Field. Sports has long been known as one of the best unifiers in the world, and it's been a universal language amongst everybody. So we're looking to double down on that. We're looking to build a centralized platform, streamlined for sports fans, for them to go out and meet other sports fans for any type of social reason, whether it be for friendship or for romance. Our app is, it's kind of like a dating app, but it's a very streamlined towards the sports market. Your profile's in the shape of a trading card. Your favorite team is listed right on the front. You could pick up the 5 favorite teams that'll be listed up on the back. You could you don't have to go and search for a photo of you wearing a jersey just to showcase that you're a sports fan. It's going to all be showcased right then and there. We also are going to have app currency where people can use it to purchase tickets, jerseys, merchandise. And the app currency is in the form of bubblegum, which is known to be in card packs as well. So we're just looking to really hit that sports market, which is a huge market all across the world, and make it easier for people to get together and meet each other, especially in these post-COVID times.
Terrific. Thank you, Mike. Okay, so we're going to move to 3 minutes. I totally forget what order I did it last time. So why don't we go to Roger King?
So who's your closest competitor, and what's your primary advantage over them?
Well, so I would call our closest competitors the Tinders and the Bumbles, because we are a dating app and a community app together. They have both went into the friendship space as well. But ours is streamlined specifically for sports fans. The UI is catered for the sports fan. The user experience is catered directly to the sports fan. And when people are messaging, say you have a Mets fan and a Mets fan talking to each other on the app, we will also be putting in functionality where, if things are going good, we'll give them the recommendation, hey, go to a Mets game, and we want to end up having partnerships with ticket brokers, and and also have that as a revenue stream where people could buy the Mets tickets right from our app using our app currency, and then whatever else they have to put in on top of that.
Great. All right, I'm going to go just in the order I see you guys. So Arabian Prince.
So I've studied a lot of dating apps, so that's why I just studied a lot of them. And I'm wondering how you weed out the bad apples, meaning that the people that are on there like claiming to be a Laker fan or something like that, but they're actually not. You're going to have any questions or something to kind of like, make sure that these people are legitimate so that wrong people don't end up meeting up?
Yeah, that's a good question. Honestly, that was going to be, more of the data science was going to come a little bit more down the line as far as, how to streamline, getting those bad apples out of the bunch. But as far as, the catfishing and everything like that has plagued the online dating, I feel as if, if people have the ability to meet at a sports game where there's thousands of people around them and security all around, You know, I feel like our app will make it a little safer than other apps have done in the past.
Great question. Let's go to our not last but not least either is David Meltzer.
Yeah, it's kind of like someone that's a Miley Cyrus fan pretending they're an NWA fan.
Yeah.
Just to sabotage you. I think the only apparent question is, what stage is the app at? It seems to be at an idea stage. Where are you in the process of development?
So our beta app is available right now at playthefielddating.com. It's on the web, and we are a few months away from the mobile apps being launched on the app stores.
Great question. All right, and just on time, you have 6 seconds to spare. So that is the best timing yet of anything. Perfect. All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, we are going to wrap up here the first round with Brian. Let me just pin Brian and unpin Mike. Brian, do you need to share your screen at all? And you're on.
I do, yes.
Okay, you should be able to do that. And then I'm just going to pick the right timer.
Are you able to see it?
Yes, I can see it. Are you ready to rock?
I am.
All right, go for it.
All right, everybody. The world is changing, as we all know. Hold on a second. We are ordering our food differently, and we continue to move towards an on-demand economy that includes owning less and sharing more. My name is Brian Dewey, and I'm the CEO of Colony. And we are creating a product that's accelerating the access economy. This product is a smart locker, a programmable smart locker that enables efficient food delivery, on-demand access to those products that we share and rent, and even storing your backpack when needed at a park or public space. Our cellular-based lockers are stackable and can be mounted anywhere very simply. We've also developed an entire software suite for you to use on a variety of applications. We currently sell these lockers for $325 a piece with a $10 per month software fee. We've generated over $400,000 in revenue in the last 12 months and have another $130,000 in letters of intent for new locker orders. My name is Brian Dewey, and Colony is the connected community.
Beautiful, good timing. Okay, so let's start this time. We can get questions from David Meltzer.
Yeah, is this outdoor capable without electric power? Are they battery? How are you powering them?
Yeah, so we have a 20,000 milliamp swappable battery, very similar to those battery packs you put in your briefcase. So they last about 10 months, indoors, outdoors.
Beautiful. All right, and I may have done this wrong again, but let's go Roger King this time.
So you've got some interesting revenue. Where have you sold most of these units and to whom?
Yeah, so a variety of different customers, actually, property managers, municipalities. We've also sold, we've developed some APIs that some companies, even internationally, that's most recent in those LOIs from Austria, Israel, and Norway, that we're sending them the APIs and they're purchasing lockers and they're still paying that monthly fee. So about 70% is municipalities and property management, the first two I've mentioned.
And are you addressing COVID so you've got hands-free delivery, or are you more or less addressing the porch pirates?
The porch pirates is something that we're going to be, there's a few things that we need for it to be a direct-to-consumer product, minor engineering changes. This is a really B2B to C play where it is food delivery at apartment complexes and things like that.
Okay.
Awesome. And then we will wrap with Arabian Prince. Give me 1 sec to pin you.
Yeah. So question and a suggestion. One, the question would be, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this the right way. How do you keep the security of this? You know, because I noticed that these look like glass fronts, and I come from the hood, and if somebody sees something in something, they're going to try and get it. So how do you keep people from getting something in there?
Yeah, good question. So they are quite robust. The front door is actually a 3/8 inch polycarbonate door, and then it's an 1/8 inch aluminum. I mean, somebody can obviously still get into the product. If they're in public spaces like parks, when we work with park and rec departments, we always suggest putting them inside of camera areas and things like that to mitigate some of those. It's always, how can we mitigate down? You're always in public usage, you're always going to have something of that nature. Depending on the use case too, we also sell sleeves that go over the back of the window that you can actually obstruct the view of what's inside. Stickers on the back of the window.
Okay. And my last thing was just a suggestion, because of my engineering background, maybe you guys should think about using solar as opposed to batteries.
Yeah, so we will be using solar at some point as well. We've done some testing with solar. Due to such a wide variety of applications of inside, outside, make sure to have enough sunlight. That's why we internalized the battery. So yeah, that's the reason currently.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian. All right, so this is the fun part. What we're gonna do is, let me see, do I have, I've messaged each of you. If you haven't messaged me back, I would like you to pick your number 1 and your number 2, and then based upon what I get back from, I think I've got something in from Roger, and I'm just waiting for, looks like David and Arabian Prince still. Did I message you, David? Oh, I did. Okay, there we go.
You need some music for this part, Mike.
No, I was like, do I sing or?
Put some NWA on.
I could. I think we'll get pulled off Facebook. What do you think?
Probably. It could be worth it.
Let's see what we got. We got Straight Outta Compton. I don't know. Is that acceptable?
Don't do it.
It's good by me.
All right. So let's see here. All right. So I'm going to do some. Let's make sure this is I think this is pretty clear. Okay. The final 2 that will get an additional 3 minutes to pitch. And first of all, I want to thank everybody for pitching, because the pitchers are all excellent and all very interesting ventures. The final 2 who will pitch 3 minutes each are Colony and Play the Field. Hopefully I said that right. So congratulations to you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, let's go to Mike at Play the Field, and you will get an additional 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin you here. I don't know if you need to share, if you want to pitch or what your game plan is, or you can answer questions.
Yeah, I'm all for answering additional questions from the judges.
Okay. Arabian Prince, do you have any additional questions?
Yeah, so we've talked about the whole dating aspect of it, and we've talked about the ticket sale aspect of it. Let's talk about the rev share side. I'm always into the money stuff. Let's talk about, is it free to sign up? Is there premium models or freemium models? Tell me about that.
Yeah, great question. Thank you for asking. So yes, it's going to be a freemium model. Everybody can use the app and sign up for free. Then they will have the ability to purchase micro transactions. And because everything is in the shape of a sports card, and it's all a card deck that you're looking at, as far as matching with friends or romantic partners, everyone starts out as a bronze card. And then you could purchase upgrades to go to silver, which will put you above the bronze cards in the deck. And then gold would put you above that. So micro transactions, small cheap transactions that will build and scale. That's really the end goal for that. Ad revenue, also that affiliate commissions on top of the ticket sales that I mentioned. We also want to make it easier for people to go on the friendship side. And I know for one, I used to want to play softball on Wednesday nights, but I didn't have 10 people that I can go and make a team with. but this is going to make it easier for people to, to connect with and to start up a team with. We can partner with these recreational leagues and get them an extra 20 leagues to sign up that year, an extra 30 years to sign up, 30 teams to sign up that year, and we take a percentage of that as well. I feel like the avenues for revenue are endless. It's really a matter of getting those initial customers in and the users using the app.
Roger King, do you have any questions?
Yeah, sports franchises are always looking for ways to engage their fans, especially now with COVID when there are no fans in the stadium. I think that's probably more to your strength than the dating side with COVID. How do you plan to engage some of the sports franchises?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. It did start out as a dating app, and it's transitioned into the community aspect, because we've seen, especially with COVID, we've seen that the fan engagement is key and it's critical. Really just through putting my foot in the door and just reaching out to everyone that I can in these sports franchises. And maybe if it's it's like a white label app, directly for Mets fans or directly for Nuggets fans or whatever the case is. But I'm open to any and all possibilities with that, because I certainly see sports franchises, especially more on the minor league side, needing help driving in fans. So I have, once the app is done and it's being used and I can showcase it to these teams, I really think that there's a lucrative business partnership that we can come up with.
And tell us a little bit about your background.
So really I've been
time, unfortunately, but I don't know if you want to give him a bonus, Roger.
Okay, never mind.
I can give you more time, and we're doing okay on time, but
give him more time.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go to we're gonna be super generous.
Okay, so it's quick. I've been big on problem solving my entire career. This is my first foray into the sports industry. I self-taught myself everything, which included the marketing that's gone into it. Starting my own podcast, to drive marketing to it, and also creating the app myself. So really just driven. I've always been a problem solver, and I always figure out a way to get there. And it's been a very lean startup to date, and I'm just looking to keep the momentum going.
And David, do you have any final questions?
Just real quick, and I'd be happy to help you. Obviously, you're in my core space. I was really surprised you didn't include gambling. The average lead on gambling is about $180, the value of one person data-wise. So did you avoid gambling?
No. People can sign up and they can put down that their interests include gambling, include poker, include, sports wagering, esports. They can sign up for everything right now. Because of version 1, we're focusing more on the profile card being for an established team, one of those major league teams. But I do want to evolve into, having separate UIs for people that have more of that core passion towards that gambling side, or towards that esports side, or towards, individual sports such as like golf or something like that.
Great. Thank you. All right. So what I'm going to do, Brian, you're going to get 5 minutes, because that's what I gave Mike. So
no problem.
Let me just,
I want to dive into any more questions that you might have. I don't have any more to present, and obviously I don't want to redo my presentation. So
yeah, no problem. Why don't we go to David Meltzer this time?
Yeah, obviously you have a really good start. What is the equity structure right now? You have revenue, you have early angel investors. Who's involved right now, and what do you see as your next round?
Yeah, so I have 2 co-founders. I own 51%, and they own the rest. We've raised $365K in a pre-seed convertible note. Looking at starting to we're looking at raising a true seed round of right at $1 million come early Q1, probably right after the holiday. We went through the Jason Calacanis launch accelerator, so that really kind of gave us an opportunity to meet some, Valley investors and keep them in the pipeline of updates. So, our cap table is pretty clean right now.
Okay, let's go to Arabian Prince this time.
Yeah, so I'm like the Marriott, and I want to order 500 of these things. What's my turnaround time? How long does it take to manufacture? How long does it take to ship? How long does it take to put these things together in my facility?
Yeah, so they all come ready to go in boxes. That's the beauty for you. They're already programmed. Doors are on. Everything's assembled. They all come in boxes. For 500, you'd be looking at still a fairly long lead time of about 10 to 12 weeks to get those all prepped and shipped out. That's really kind of lead time as we speak. Right now, we are obviously keeping lean inventory, and also the supply chain has been a bit disrupted. We're still actually manufacturing the shell and the door here in the U.S. So the goal, after COVID and sometime in Q2, Q3, depending on COVID in 2021, is getting manufacturing set up with supply chain internationally, so we can bring that cost per unit down dramatically.
Michael's off mute, it would really help. Roger King, you can wrap. I don't know if you have any final questions.
Yeah, Brian, a couple of questions. Do you have any patents?
So we filed a bunch of provisional patents, about 31 claims about 3 months ago that we're executing right now.
So I've seen a number of these plays in apartment complexes. Tell me a little bit about your competitors and your advantage over those.
Yeah, good question, Roger. So there's quite a few different parcel delivery smart lockers, companies like Lutzer One, Parcel Pending. They're pretty large structures. They're quite expensive. The CapEx on those are usually a minimum of $15,000. And the interesting thing is that a per compartment cost, there's still about $500 per compartment on those large structures. We're already down to selling them at $325 a piece. And they also do charge that monthly revenue stream. The big difference between us is, one, the modularity and not having to run Ethernet, power, and all those things. And then also the programmability that we can ship the lockers and our customer determine, using our software, I want to use this for delivery and pickup. I want to use this for sharing and put an object inside and set a price to it. The programmability, pretty much, I would say 99% of smart locker applications right now are all around parcel delivery. There's a couple other small companies that have recently just raised a round for food pickup and delivery. Specifically, one's called Minnow. They just released a round a month or so ago, but it's very small competition right now.
And what's your current cost per unit?
Yeah, the current cost per unit right now for us is about $240, and we sell them for $325. We have a roadmap of getting that cost down to about $110 to $120 per unit in the next 12 months. Okay. At that price point, then we can really start getting creative in terms of monthly fees. We look at it really as the same type of product as kind of the Ring doorbell. We want to get to that same price point, even though that's a consumer product, and the same type of monthly recurring or annual recurring software fee.
So it always takes a lot of capital to scale a company that has a hardware product.
Yeah.
How far can you get with $1 million?
Yeah, good question. So we're pretty judicious in terms of capital management, and we've been pretty good in terms of getting pre-orders and 50% down on pre-orders to cash flow. So we can actually, that $1 million is going to get us to a $2 million in revenue in the following 12 to 18 months. And that at that point, we'll analyze and probably raise a Series A and raise more capital.
Thank you.
I have one small question, which is, this is obviously wireless in the box. Mm-hmm. What's the cost of the monthly per unit? We ran out of time, but.
Yeah, right now we're charging $10 per unit per locker, and that monthly unit cost goes down. And we're actually it's $10 per month, but we're actually asking for that entire 12 months up front.
But what is your cost?
Oh, our cost with cellular, we're right around $1.80 per month.
Great. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, everyone. Someone on an iPhone's jumping back in, so whoever, thank you them. All right, so great job, everybody. Great job to Mike and Brian, as well as thank you to Amy, Olivia, and Cardia. Let's do this. So I think each of you can message me the winner that you pick. So I think I've got something in from David, something in from Roger, and I think I'm just waiting for Arabian Prince. I feel like I should have some images on the screen or something. So next time I'll have to do like some fancy graphics. Okay, so I don't know if you described this as a split decision. The judges have it on the scorecard, 29-28, 29-28 by split decision goes to Colony with Brian.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't know if we should.
job.
Awesome job. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
Well, first of all, again, I want to thank everyone for joining that we're observing. And I want to thank especially our judges, Arabian Prince, David Meltzer, and especially Roger King, who gutted it out. And I would not have known you're sick based on this. So I'm excited you were here. So the other good news is this is the first event, and we'll plan on promoting this so that people can, everyone that was pitching can get some exposure. We already, it looks like, have 4 of the 5 next pitch companies for another event. So I haven't set a date yet, but I'm thinking 30 days from now, we'll try another one this year so we get it in. What I will do, we have a little bit of time, we have 10 minutes. Maybe we can go to each of the judges and just get a feel for what you're working on, and if there's anything that you need from the group. I'm going to start with Roger.
So prior to COVID, we would have about 80 to 100 deals we get every month, and we tee up the 5 or 6 of the best for a meeting in San Francisco. And now what I've been doing, in fact, I had one this morning, we've been doing events with a group out of Europe called Depot Ventures. About every month, they tee up 4 companies, we tee up 4 companies. And so we're getting a lot of interest from Europe, investors wanting to invest in our Silicon Valley-based companies. And we're also getting a lot of leads on European companies that want to build out their model here in the States. So we're always interested in companies that, want to raise a substantial seed round. We've been doing this for about 25 years, both investing in and raising money for early stage tech companies. Just a comment of the 5 companies we saw today. I think only Colony would be the one that would have any interest in. I think the others were ideas. I don't know if they've got any teeth in them or not, but we'd look at anything, and go from there, see what happens.
Is your feedback too that, and I thought of this on the way, that they're all at different stages, or are we still in the same? Because all of them are kind of seed or pre-seed, right?
Well, they seem like they were all, except for Colony, they're all just at the idea stage.
Or MVP type of thing. So more product. So consistency between the companies probably makes sense. As far as
and in all fairness, it's really, really hard to do this in 60 seconds. As an example, let's talk about Livid. If I'm feeling mellow, I'm not sure that I need to reach out and meet somebody else that's feeling mellow. But maybe the whole purpose of her program was to prevent suicide prevention.
I'm sorry, Roger. You were talking about Mood Connect. You referred to Live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just wanted to make sure that
Thank you
knew referring to,
reading the wrong notes. Yeah. So maybe there's a bigger message there, that it's not about connecting 2 people that are feeling the same. Maybe the bigger model is, hey, I'm out to reduce suicides, and that didn't come across in your 60 seconds. But that's tough.
That's tough. Yeah. I also, another comment, I guess, for Amy, since you're up, is I think the one thing you mentioned was the Hale Sports integration. And so the idea there is that this is so that teams can gauge the mental health of athletes that are in our program.
Yeah, so that coaches can be better informed about the mental health of their athletes, because currently they are notified about the activities and the physical well-being for the athletes on their college teams, but they don't have such a good understanding of their athletes' mental health and well-being. But also, you know, Mood Connect, we want it to be kind of a fun thing, like a fun app for people to engage in, to feel free to express how they're really feeling. So yeah.
Got it. Let's go. Let's see. So anything else, Roger, that we want to touch on?
No, those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your participation. Let's see if I do this in a different order. Let's go to David Meltzer.
Yeah, sure. Obviously, I'd love for all of you to apply for our TV shows. Elevator Pitch is a 60-second pitch again in an elevator, and then 4 judges, which are now all VC. So I've not hosted that for season 6. We brought in some venture capitalists that actually fund the deals. My personal feeling about funding shows, Dragon Den, Shark Tank, and Elevator Pitch, my own show, is that it gives an unrealistic expectation of how to get funded. I get more and more people pitching me with a TV perspective of how they're going to get funded. And so I decided to do a 2-minute drill. So I agree with Roger, you need more than a minute. And so if you want to pitch in 2 minutes and then just get feedback and questions from some key CEOs and myself on what a pitch is. And it can be any stage of business, because a lot of the criteria to pitch, to share a vision, to create an emotional attachment are, you know, similar between a mom trying to convince her 5-year-old to eat broccoli to someone else raising $100 million. It's very similar. One's more difficult than the other. I know the moms are shaking their head. They know which one. More importantly, I do free training for everyone. My main mission in life is to empower people to be happy. And I believe making a lot of money to help a lot of people and have a lot of fun are the 3 components of happiness. So Fridays, I have free training for everyone. You're welcome to come with your family, friends, associates. Every Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. We have, I think, over 20,000 registered every Friday. It's the #1. I have a podcast called The Playbook with people like the Arabian Prince on there and some really key individuals, entrepreneurs, billionaires, millionaires, athletes, celebrities. And I'm so proud that the #1 downloads I have are my training. So it means people are really looking for substantive help, and we can help each other be happy. So join me. You can watch the replays on Spotify. They're featured there. Entrepreneur features all my podcasts. But I'm here of service. You got my email, reach out, especially if it's involving sports. I got some pretty key relationships and insights that can help.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your participation on your programs. And then we will wrap with Mr. Arabian Prince.
You said wrap.
I wasn't sure if we could catch that, but
yeah. So, you know, my company, Innovate Next, we're all about startups and helping them scale. And like David said too, you know, I believe that everybody is a brand and everybody has startup in them. Everybody has that, you know, entrepreneur thing inside of them. A lot of people are just scared to scale it, scared to take that leap and create a product or try one of their ideas. And we look at everything, like, you know, I look at everything from gaming to, you know, what the hottest thing for me recently has been, and this is the craziest thing. I know a lot of you guys, and I'm going to say it. I know there's some more. I sit on the toilet and play like video games on my iPad. I don't let anybody else touch my iPad. So.
We're going there now.
Yeah, right? yeah, whatever. But anyway.
Don't ever share your iPad.
Don't ever share your iPad. But it's the
You're saying gloves. Gloves are the hardest.
Yeah. But you know what I found out and just playing games in general on an airplane or something like that, I'm like, there are a lot of these games with like tons of microtransaction. And I started investing in some of these companies, and I've made a ton of money off these little small companies you've never heard of that are making millions of dollars a month off of some stupid game that people are 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents, 99 cents. So for me, I love the microtransactions. I think that's where I liked a lot of some of the pitches here, because they have that microtransaction in it. And it's one of those things that they just need to be a little further along in order to, you know, win a competition. But I think, you know, everything in here sounded amazing that can scale and make money. It just depends on who's ready right now to go to the next level.
Awesome. I will plug a few things. Thanks so much for your participation as well. I appreciate everybody. We talked about, let's see here, entrepreneur education. I believe entrepreneurs change the world. I don't think that's politicians, and I don't think that's people that are trying to force other people to do other things. Entrepreneurs find a problem and they find unique solutions to it, and then they take the risk of building something and venturing. So first of all, I want to acknowledge everybody that was here: Olivia, Amy, Cardia, Michael, and Brian, for your participation, and keep pushing on your ventures and anything that you need help with. Of course, I'll do whatever I can to assist you in your venture. For anyone else that's looking, whether it's idea stage, product stage, the first thing I'll mention again is the Startup and Grow online course, which is free. If you go to founderspack.io, you can sign up for that. It's self-study, and it basically touches on really the formula that I think that you can rapidly prototype an idea and then validate it by going to real customers. So I don't believe in business plans. I believe that you go out and you talk to real people as much as humanly possible and show them something. And I think these are all good examples here of ventures that are doing that. They've either built a product or in the process of building a product, and you're out, validating, is this a real business? And the Startup and Grow course is built around that. My plan, as I mentioned before, is to try and run these weekly. So what I want to do is, it looks like we're almost, I'll communicate with everybody by email and all the other social web type platforms. But I'm thinking that probably in the next 3 weeks, we'll schedule a second one of these and have 5 new companies. And we'll announce 3 judges. Of course, all 3 judges here are invited back if they want to come. That would be wonderful. Or we'll, talk to other people as well. And then next year, my goal is to run these weekly. And really, my secret goal is to run this twice a week, so that we can have 100 pitch events next year. And then we will announce at the end of December a date for the first No Equity Online Accelerator. And really what that is a 6-week accelerator. The plan would be to follow the methodology of rapidly prototyping and building a first product, and going out and meeting real customers and getting them to put something on the line to validate whether this is a business or not. It'll involve weekly calls and talks each week, as well as one-on-one. So if anybody's interested in that, then stay tuned for that. I'll put some information out. Is there anything else we haven't touched on, or is there anyone that needs to put anything out there for the group?
As the winner, if I see that David shared his email address, if there's any of the other investors that want me to send a pitch deck or send them investor updates, again, working on putting together around sometime early in January is where we just start scheduling all the meetings. So if there's interest there, happy to take your email address and connect with you and keep you updated.
I think that's a great point. So what I would do is invite actually all of the companies that have pitched to provide whatever their pitch deck is and contact information. We'll make sure that each of the judges receives that. Mm-hmm. Olivia, is there anything that you want to touch on?
Oh, I think I'm good. Thank you.
Good. Amy, I know you had a little bit of time to talk already.
No, I just put my email in the chat if anyone wants to get in touch with me. Actually, Arabian Prince, I'd really like to get in touch. I'd really like to be in communication with you because I was very interested in what you were talking about, the microtransaction, aspect that you were talking about. Perfect. So if it is possible to be in touch with you, I'd really like that. And David Meltzer and Roger as well. David, I will be contacting you. Thanks.
Awesome. Thank you. Cardia, how about you?
No, just grateful for the feedback, gentlemen. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Mike, I think just jumped back on. Is there anything you want to touch on before we split?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, Arabian, David, and Roger. David, we've already been connected, but I definitely want to reconnect. And Roger and Arabian, I would love to speak more soon.
All right. I just put my email in the chat too as well, for anybody who wants to reach out.
Awesome.
Perfect. Thank you.
And I think Brian already got to say.
Looking forward.
Oh, thanks, Mike. All right. So thank you again for everyone that participated. I really am excited about the response and the turnout. We will communicate some additional information, everybody, and hopefully we'll see you on the next Founders Pack Winner Takes All.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Guys.
Oh, this has
Thanks,
been great
everyone.
experience. Thank you.
Super.
Thanks,
Awesome.
everybody.
to hear that.
Bye-bye.